Hey, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to throw out a video on gas cans. I have been nursing along a couple 5-gallon gas cans for a long time now because I just don't like what's out on the market. And they finally both gave up the ghost. One probably about a month and a half ago and the other one just a few weeks ago. So I had to go buy a new gas can, and I did a little bit of research, not a ton, because I was in crisis mode because I got to have fuel for everything that I got here on the property. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I got, give you my opinion of it, tell you where I think we're at and what may be a good solution for you if you're in the same spot. Let's get to it. So this is what I've been nursing along for probably the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. And I've been dreading the day that I would have to put them out to pasture. But what makes these things unique is that they have a small flexible spout which retracts. They have a vent on the back which allows you to pour with ease, and they have two handles, top and rear. So when you are trying to fill up a tractor, you've got two spots to hold on to. In my opinion, some of the best gas cans ever made. So what ended up happening is they just end up cracking over time. The plastic up here on top, you can see that crack that runs all the way, and then it runs all the way down here. So anyway, long story short, both of them gave up the ghost and I started leaking fuel all over the place. So what did I get to replace them? So this is what I landed on. This is a 5-gallon steel gas can I picked up from Harbor Freight. It's made by a company called Midwest. From what I understand, they're made in the USA. Paid $60 for it, which is about what you would expect to pay for a decent quality gas can these days. So it's right in that range that of all the other cans out there. Let's start with what I like about the can. Number one thing I like about it, it's steel. I don't have to worry about it cracking over time. Can it rust? Yeah, but I can mitigate that. The other thing I like, it's got a handle on the top. That's a definite plus. In doing my research, I came to know that there are two halves that you can see here where it is welded together. And what sets this can apart is the weld sits flush with the sides of the can. So your weld is not exposed. What does that mean? Well, there's an identical can. It looks exactly like this, but the weld is exposed. It sticks out probably about 1/4 of an inch. And what over time can happen is that a weld can be compromised, and or you can have a lot of damage to the weld and it can rust, and then you compromise the structural integrity of the can itself. So that's a plus. I was told that there is a coating on the inside of this can, and I can verify that there is indeed a coating on the inside. What does that do? It prevents the can from rusting over time. And there's no way I will know whether or not that coating works until enough time has passed by, but I can verify that there is a coating in there. So that's kind of a neutral point, I guess, right now until enough time has gone by. What do I not like about the can? Well, this is an aftermarket spout. So I'll talk about why I've got that on there. And obviously that was a negative for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have replaced it. While I used the handle as a plus, I'm also going to say that the lack of a handle on the back is a negative. If you're filling up anything over 2 gallons with this can, it takes quite a bit of time because you don't have a vent on the back here. And I'll talk about that. That's my next negative, but that's where a handle on the rear would really help out. Because holding this can for any length of time with 5 gallons of gas in it is just not a fun thing to do. The fact that it doesn't have a vent, you can thank all the EPA regulations for that, and that's the same thing with the handle. There are some ways to overcome the fact that it doesn't have a vent there, and the company that makes this spout, I'll talk about that, gave me a vent to put on the back, and I'll show you what that is. This is the spout that came on the can. And like I said, in terms of spouts that are available on some of the cans that you can buy nowadays, this is one of the better ones. What did I like about it? It's simplicity. You push this button here down, and then that releases a safety of sorts. And then you rest this on whatever you're putting your fuel into, and then you push down on it, as you can see there. And then underneath you can see it seals itself up, and then when you push down on it, it releases that seal and allows the gas to flow through. Nice setup. What did I not like about it? Well, it's rigid. Doesn't flex at all. So that was a negative for me. It did come with a dust cap, and the actual spout is pretty small. So that was a plus, I guess. It didn't leak. I had no issues with it leaking whatsoever. So like I said, in terms of spouts that you can get on some of these new cans, this is one of the better ones. I wanted something that had some flexibility to it, like my old cans, which is what this is. This is a direct fit for these Midwest cans that you can get from Harbor Freight. I'll show you where I got it. Comes with a dust cap. After I got this and I put it on, one of the things I discovered, I'll show you here, is the spout is considerably larger than the one that came standard on the can. Now, a lot of the equipment I'm filling up, that's no big deal to have this big spout, but some of the smaller equipment that I use, it is a big deal because it actually won't go down into the actual gas tank on that equipment. So I have to pour from the outside. So I got to be a little bit more careful. So it's kind of a trade-off, if I'm being honest, these two spouts. Who makes the spout? It's made by a company called Easy Pour High Flow, and they actually give you a vent that you can put on the can. Now obviously you've got to drill into the can to put this vent on, and I have not done that because I don't want to drill into this metal can because I already have gas in it, and I don't want metal or steel shavings inside the can. So I haven't put this on yet. So it does take some time to fill up a big gas tank on any equipment that you have until you put that vent in. So anyway, that is what I landed on. It is not something I'm extremely happy with. I would prefer to have these in working order. Love these cans, but that's just not the reality of the world we live in anymore. And so with looking at everything that I had to and making a decision, this I think is the best option out there. Using this Easy Pour spout helps, and if you can put a vent in the back of it, you're right back where you were with these older cans. So I may look at doing that. I'm going to probably buy another one of these cans, but if you're looking for a new can, I would say this might be something that you might want to start with, and then start looking at some of the other ones and how they compare to this one, because from what I can tell, option wise, this is your best option out there. This spout I actually got on Amazon, and again, it's made by Easy Pour. So thanks for joining me. I'll catch you on the next video.